Welcome back to Ballroom Girl Talk. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Sarah.
And today we're officially becoming Ballroom's anonymous advice column.
This episode is completely powered by you guys.
We asked you to anonymously submit your biggest ballroom dilemmas, questions, hot takes, and situations that you're too scared to ask publicly.
And let's just say you guys did not disappoint.
We've got everything today.
Relationship drama,
Coach red flags,
partnership issues,
money,
and sponsorships. Some of these are hilarious.
some are really difficult.
And a few honestly just made us stop and think.
As always, we're sharing our own opinions and experiences from our careers in ballroom. We don't have all the answers, but hopefully by the end of this episode, you'll feel a little less alone if you're dealing with something similar.
And if your submission made it into today's episode, thank you for trusting us.
All right, let's get into it. All right,
Are we getting into it?
we're getting into it. Are you ready?
You know, I wasn't sure. When you said let's do a whole thing with the submissions, I was like, are there really that many submissions?
Yes, when I posted that anonymous link, right, I was like, nobody's going to submit stuff. This is pointless. And then the submissions were rolling in. I was at the gym.
Okay,
By the
as
way.
usual.
As usual. And I'm at the gym, and all of a sudden I open it up, and it's like 2. And I'm like, oh, I did one set, 5. I did another set, 10. I was like, wow.
Wait, in one day,
In one day, we had 28 submissions in one day.
I love it. I mean,
Yeah. And it just keeps rolling in, and I'm loving it. I'm loving reading this, so let's get started.
okay,
You ready?
let's get started.
Okay, so here is our first submission. Setting boundaries in a non-romantic partnership. The story goes like this. My dance partner and I, it's a new partnership, are not romantically together. How do I maintain this partnership and give my partner what he needs without crossing the line, allowing him to cross the line, and as a girl on the market outside of this partnership?
That's a big one.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think the first thing
Yeah.
is about communication,
Okay.
right? So I think if she's not into him romantically,
That's what it sounds like, right?
I think it sounds like that,
Okay.
right? I don't think she or he is into her or him romantically. So I think you just need to communicate. You need to communicate, and just if you feel like something is crossing the boundary, you need to be like, I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable with that. Let's just dance. Let's just keep it business. I think if you keep it business, then you're not giving any signs that you're interested.
Yeah. Use your words.
Use your words,
Use your words.
right?
Better you also use your words earlier than you try and avoid the awkward feeling of, letting things slide. And then later on down the track, you're like, I should have kind of cut whatever this behavior is early on.
Yeah. Yeah. Our sport can be very physical. There's a lot of physical intimacy a part of it. And I can see how some people feel that it can,
Grow.
yes, and sort of the lines can get blurry at times. But I think if you keep it business, it will remain business. And you
Yes.
have to communicate it.
You
I
have to
think.
communicate it.
Yes.
Understand what your boundaries are for it. Shouldn't really be a question if you understand what boundaries you want to hold for yourself, because then you will just act accordingly. If you're not sure, you need to figure out yourself first, what
Yeah.
you want with the partner. I think it's harder also when you're younger. There's teen years and early 20s, you're also figuring life out. So
That's
it is
true.
harder to understand what you want in the partnership.
That's true.
And it can be difficult, there's a lot of stories I hear. I had it, a different direction. But when you're dancing with a partner, but you also want to date externally, that can get really tricky.
It can get very tricky. It
Yeah.
can get messy. So
It
you
can get
have to,
messy.
I think, of course, we act upon our feelings, and sometimes we can react quick. But I think you need to sit back. You need to think first. If you have certain feelings and certain emotions, sit back, think first. And then take it step by step, because you also don't want to get burnt. You don't want to get hurt. You don't want to, in that situation, and then actually end maybe a good partnership that could have bloomed into something great
Yeah, for sure.
career-wise.
There you go.
There you go.
Also, being with somebody that close and that often generally blooms into a beautiful relationship. So it may even go there.
Yeah.
But if it does, you need to communicate and use your words.
And if you don't want it to go there,
Communicate and use your words.
there you go.
Solved.
Solved.
Well done. We love it.
Okay, next.
Okay, I'm up. All right, so catching feelings for my partner. This is how the story goes. I think I may be catching feelings for my dance partner, but we both have pretty bad experiences with dating a partner. And honestly, I'm a bit scared to go down that path again. Not sure what to do. Maybe I'm delusional. We love Delulu. But I think we have great chemistry, but I don't have the balls to say it or act on it. So it's just a weird, lingering feeling that's making me all over with emotions. Do we think that this is the other partner?
I know, right? Imagine it's the other partner.
Yeah, I love that. All right.
Submitting their anonymous submissions.
Yeah,
and they're like,
one is like, I don't want this. And I was like, I really want this.
Yes.
I'm dead. That's so funny.
So shoot your shot. No. So, I mean, some people say shoot your shot. Other people will say think about it.
Yeah.
Because that's a big decision. You don't want to ruin your career.
It's pretty major.
It's pretty major. You don't want to ruin a good dancing partnership.
But didn't we both just go all in?
Well, very different. Very different. We
me with it.
dated them before we danced together.
Yeah.
So we were, dating our own significant other. And then we were having our own partnerships with other people. And then when it broke off, you can watch the other episodes for that story.
Back on in episode 1.
Episode 1. Then we decided to break off from our partnerships dancing-wise, and then we danced with our significant other. So then that's a little bit different than when you're just starting to dance together.
Right.
And then you all of a sudden have some certain feelings, and you're not sure if you should act upon it because you're not sure if the other person feels that way.
That's a fun time though. Like when you're not sure and this person is like, it's kind of making me feel all these kind of ways and lingering with emotions. That stress and anxiety, when you look back, you're like, oh my God, it was so exciting. That's stress and anxiety. But when you look back, those are super fun times.
They are too.
A
Yes.
little flirty, a little like, oh.
A little like extra.
You're like, what does it mean? And you just digest like, I love that for you. I love that for you. Such a beautiful time. I think we also should talk about when you are dancing with somebody in the beginning, you are also like, am I having feelings or are we just in close proximity all the time? Like, are we really compatible?
Yes.
Or are we just every day having to figure out problems together?
I would say for me, the best way would be maybe somehow to invite him or her to go for like mini golf or
External activities.
Activities.
Yes.
And just observe.
Yes.
Because like you said, when you're in the practice, close proximity, Roomba can get a little
flirty.
Flirty. Can get hot and heated.
Oh, I love it.
Right?
Yes.
But then when you take that dancing away, do you have a relationship? Can you make that connection?
Are you compatible?
Are you compatible? Do you see how he or she reacts?
Yeah,
like,
how is their problem solving skills versus your problem solving skills?
Yes.
Are you able to, maybe you're very different, but you guys can kind of figure it out. What are their morals and goals, and do you align or could you align?
Yeah.
Because if not, if you go mini golfing and that person's a dick, There's your answer.
There's your answer.
No, not for me,
and you
puppy.
didn't notice that, like, maybe you've never been in that situation before, and all of a sudden you went out to eat and they're treating the waiter like shit.
Yeah, if you treat the waiter like shit, no. Red flag, bye-bye.
Red flag.
So
yes.
if they do that, then absolutely not. Just dance cha-cha with them.
Just dance cha-cha and just be done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I think...
would you shoot your shot?
I always shoot my shot.
There you go.
I'm one of those, but I shoot my shot a little, but not like directly. I'll be like flirty, and then I'll wait until you come to me.
You'll make them shoot their shot.
Yes, I will. I shoot my shot by making you shoot your shot.
I love this. It's amazing.
That's what I did to Andre.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
So I pretended like I'm interested, but
Yeah.
then in the next time I was like,
Yeah, a little.
a little
Nonchalant.
yeah. And I was like, yeah, you're gonna come to San Francisco to see me? Sure. Okay. I'm not holding my breath, but
Oh.
yeah.
So if you were this person, you would...
I would kind of shoot my shot in that way. I
Yeah,
would be
love it.
flirty. I would definitely be flirty.
Yeah.
Be flirty on the practice. I'd be flirty like
Love
this.
that
I'd be
time.
yes.
Yeah, love
I'd
that
totally
time.
do that.
If that's there, play with that. That's
and I'd
fun.
be like, "What are you doing tonight?
Oh,
Any plans?
mini golf, maybe? Question mark?
Question mark? You
Yeah,
have
love it.
friends? You want to hang out?
Do you have friends?
you have friends? You want to hang out?
Super. I
Yes.
agree.
So that's what I would.
I agree. I would linger in the flirty stage. Looking back,
Linger.
I would enjoy and linger in that flirty stage and in that like
Yes.
uncertainty. And,
Yeah.
and then you go home to your own apartment and you're like,
Yeah.
it's such a fun feeling that obviously I love the relationship. Like I'm perfect in the relationship I'm in, but we always reminisce. Like,
Yes,
do you
you
remember?
do.
Do you remember when we first met and we were like flirting?
Yes.
So that's a really special time.
That is a special time.
associated with being younger. So
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
And then shoot your shot.
And then think about it also.
Think about it.
outside situation,
Mini golf.
and then see how the person is.
Yeah, let us know the development of that because I'm
Yes,
very interested
we're
actually.
interested. All right, next.
Okay, next, let's do it.
Here we go. So,
Do you love our cue cards, by the way?
okay. Age gap alert. Here's the story. My partner and I have a huge age gap, 11 years. Are we doomed? We are so different and are obviously at different stages in our life. Is this dynamic impossible? What are some red flags I should watch out for? And how do I make this age gap less obvious when we are together?
This is very complex.
Complex. So age gap,
Age gap.
we understand it's 11 years, but we're not sure like in where is
Where's
11
the
years.
11 years?
Is it 20 and 31?
Yes.
Is it 30 and 40? Because I feel the time between 30 and 40 it's all right. I feel like we're all kind of just,
Yeah.
right?
It's much easier to get along with
yes,
people when
you
we
can
have that kind of
have
age
more
gap.
relationship in that time.
Yeah.
But then I feel like between 20 and 30, that's a huge gap.
That's a big gap.
It's a big gap. I mean, like literally 20s, you're just clubbing and partying.
You were
all
clubbing and
night.
partying in your 20s?
Hell yeah. And then now we're 30 and we're like at home.
Yeah.
9 o'clock in the bed, like
We
with
have
our
a
tea.
podcast in the morning at 8 a.m.
Yeah,
We gotta
go to
things.
bed and practice our podcast.
Yeah, I mean, again, it does depend on people's maturity, but clearly there's a concern that says that asks, how do I make this age gap less visible in public? Is that kind of the sentiment?
They were saying like, how do I make this age gap less obvious when we're together? So
I'm a little concerned about that. If that's an issue, then I would wonder what is concerning. If you're with somebody, is it together or partnership?
It's just partners. She said, or he said, my partner and I have a huge age gap. So I don't think they're in a relationship together. I don't think they're in an actual
so the partnership,
intimate.
and you're concerned that there's this age gap.
So I think I think that if you're not together intimately with this person, it shouldn't matter because this is business.
This is business.
We go in,
We do our checked forward walk.
and then we go home.
We go home.
And you
Shouldn't
can
be
be
an
20 and
issue.
go to the club at night, and he can be 30 and have 5 children at home.
Or he can be in his early 20s and you're in your 30s getting Botox.
Yes.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine if it's business.
Fine. Yeah, if it's business and you maintain it. I think the only red flag would be if, I don't know. I don't even think there's a red flag. Do you think there's a red flag in this situation?
In this story, I don't think there's a red flag, but if there's something that we don't know about, or if it's, you know, if you're behaving professionally with the, like I have younger students, boys, older students, boys and girls, I'm professional because they're my students. So I would never worry about, you know, if I had someone nearby me who was of an age gap, unless maybe some behavior was a bit concerning, or if you have crappy people assuming.
Maybe the only thing I could think about is that if your partner is younger and they're a little bit not as mature mentally, right? So I could see there being a potential issue in the dancing if the mentality is not there. That's the only thing I could see as a red flag. And then that just is communication and making sure that you address what you expect in the partnership.
Communicate your expectations. I think this is being our reoccurring thing, is say something. What did I say? I said it really good earlier. I forgot. Communication.
I don't know.
You
said it great, but
I did. We're going to watch it back.
We're going to watch it back.
Yeah,
We'll be
I'll
like,
have a
that
quote.
was good.
That was really good. Communication. You got to say the quiet part out loud.
Yes.
You got to talk about it. If you have someone younger around you acting a fool, figure it out. If it's someone older and wrinkly, figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. And if it doesn't cross that boundary, you're just partners, then it shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter. The only thing I could see it mattering, that if you're upset that you're 20 and you can't dance under 21 because your partner's 31.
Valid.
Right? So then that's the only thing. Like if you're upset about that, then figure it out.
What if it's a really young person that's messaging us? What if it's really young, like early teens?
Then if you feel like something is inappropriate, because obviously if it's early teens and it's somebody you're dancing with who's in their 20s and is an adult, if it's something that is making you feel uncomfortable, then you should talk with an adult, a parent, coach,
private
somebody.
Message us personally and we'll figure that out.
Yes, for sure. If you feel like you're young and you're a teenager and the partnership, and it's happened sometimes where you're 16 and you're dancing with somebody who's 20, right? So if something crosses the boundary,
clock it immediately.
Doesn't
matter what is going on. Clock it. I don't care.
And if you feel like, oh, am I being too much? You're not being too much. Nope. Never too much.
Look at us. We are the most much.
We're the most much.
Mucho much.
Yes, we are.
That would be the only thing concerning if I would think about age.
Yep.
Yeah. Done. Clocked it. All right. Nice.
Next.
This almost follows along now, this kind of trend. These stories are juicy, you guys. Okay, so teacher and coach relationships. So my main ballroom coach likes to push the boundaries with me and has shown toxic, manipulative behavior in the past. Sometimes I can't figure out if he is acting as his character when we're dancing or if he actually has other intentions. Other ballroom coaches I've had have always taught in a way that feels less like I'm with someone who wants to take me out for dinner afterwards. Why is he like this and what do I do? That's an intense one. I'm sorry you're going through that because that's a bit concerning.
The main thing is, if you're uncomfortable in a situation, get yourself out of that situation. I don't want to be that person that's like, that's it. Get rid of everyone out of your life, But at the same time, if you feel uncomfortable, if a teacher who's supposed to be professional, first of all,
your safety and
it's
someone
a safe
you're
space.
Paying.
Yes.
If you're paying for a service, you better get the best service and you better not feel uncomfortable and you better set your boundaries.
Yes.
And you need to communicate.
Yes.
To your teacher about that, because there's also instances, the flip side of the coin, where you someone is a little softer and they don't really put their boundary, and the person above is
Takes
like, oh, maybe
advantage.
takes advantage, not realizing, because maybe
Yes.
you're just a bit soft spoken and you're really, really nice,
Yeah.
and they don't realize. So put that wall, or make some distance, because that's, if you feel like your coach kind of wants to take you out and you're not sure if they're really doing rumba with you, or if they're really trying to, like,
Yeah. You have to see, yeah. I think they also said manipulative. In the past,
not okay.
there has been manipulative behavior. And what I can say is that if you really have seen that and witnessed it and felt it, that's not going to change.
Correct. That will not change.
That will not change. Your coach, if you feel that way, your coach will be manipulative. And either you deal with it.
You could become really smart, do a lot of research, learn how that works, and figure out your path, and maybe stand up to it and deal with it and be better. Like you could.
Yeah. I'm trying to understand why we would continue that relation, like not the relationship meaning that way, but the relationship between this coach and the student.
Absolutely.
Right? So maybe it's a really good coach and I'm getting very good information, but I just feel a little bit, there are moments of inappropriateness. Is that a word?
That's a word.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
So I think maybe that could be a path of like,
You're right. Yeah, we can't be like,
yeah, but that's
screw
what I'm-
them.
Yeah.
Screw them. Screw that. That one, terrible. Throw them out.
Throw 'em out.
Yes.
Because I would literally be like that.
But okay, in this case, if I'm having this teacher or this trusted person above me and I'm like a little sus, but I want to stay for whatever reason, it's beneficial for me to stay in the situation, and it's, it's workable, it's not like horrendously bad, I would improve. I would be better. I would learn about, mentality. Or there's been times in my career where I wanted like certain people in my life, but I really struggled to deal with their behavior. I wasn't sure. I didn't know how to respond because they were, very clever or a little bit manipulative. So I would look up, what does this mean? Why are they manipulative? I would try and psychoanalyze. When you psychoanalyze,
Yes.
like, well, their childhood was hard, so probably that's why they're a dick. It's okay. So it's like I would look up things and I would just learn more about why people manipulate. Why does that person probably treat me like that? And that just gives me a bit more of a sense of power, and I don't know what the word is, but self
Yes.
something.
Okay.
That means that
An awareness, maybe?
awareness and self, I don't know if autonomy is the right word, but it's like a sense of self, so that when that behavior does happen, it's almost like, I kind of block it, and then sometimes that just doesn't repeat, or it doesn't affect you anymore because you're stronger.
Yeah.
So you can also, I'm not saying like you should be stronger, absolutely not, but learning and researching, if you want to stay in that situation, that person will not change, and you can't look for change in that person.
You can't try to change that person either.
No.
So you just need to take a step back, I think, for a minute.
Yeah.
A hot second, take a hot second. And just analyze everything and see if the pros and cons, if the pros
if it's worth staying.
If it's worth staying, the coach is great, I get great information, whatever it is, then maybe. But I mean, if I'm hearing this is manipulative behavior and that they're taking, it seems like it almost sounds like the entire lesson is just hard. That's what it sounds like through this submission, but we don't know. We don't truly know.
We don't know.
Let's
not assume.
Let's not assume.
Let's cover all bases, because we don't want to.
We're covering all bases.
Send anyone astray.
Yes, we don't. But I think if you were in this situation,
I was in this situation, and my coach is, is it a teacher that she's? It's a he is the teacher. Whatever. If I'm dancing with someone and they're a little flirty, and it crosses some kind of like, I like a little flirt. I can be cute without being emotionally like, oh my God,
invested.
I love you.
Yeah.
So if someone's flirting and crosses that line and I get a bit uncomfortable, I clock that immediately. I use humor. It's my special talent. I use humor when I feel uncomfortable, but I use humor. Be like, you want to take me out on a date? Why? Oh, interesting. you're really flirting with me. I would confront it because like, huh? What are you doing? And then the other person, you can analyze their response. If they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. My hand is always touching butts. It's my problem. Or like, yeah, I love you. And then you're like, got it. I will now make my decisions based on your response. So what about you? No?
Yeah.
You also would.
Okay. I had a situation before when I first started dancing that I had a coach who I felt that he was being really like nasty towards me, and it was just his humor, and I didn't understand his humor.
Oh.
I didn't understand his humor. So, and I remember I left the lesson and I looked at my mom and I was like, I don't want to dance anymore because he's really mean.
Yes, okay.
He's really mean. And my mom's like, well, what did he say? And then I kind of went through it and she's like, well, do you think he was like joking and that's just his humor? And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, do it back at him.
Yes, this is.
And I went, okay, next lesson. You betcha. I was in there
Clapping back.
And he was like, ooh.
Yeah.
So it sort of, and then it changed the actual relationship and situation because now it wasn't like I took it the wrong way. I was like, he's just being mean, being nasty, da-da-da-da. But in actuality, it was just his humor.
Wow.
So then my mom kind of was like, no. Do it back at him.
That's great. She'd kind of change your perspective.
Yeah. She was like, try it. And when I did, it like changed. And then we had like this great, funny,
awesome. A good rapport, like humor together.
Humor together.
Yeah.
So then what I thought was like not how I reacted to what he was saying was in actuality, it wasn't what he wasn't trying to be rude and nasty. He was just trying to be funny.
Nasty.
I
love the accent.
Do you like my
Sorry,
accent?
I love it so much.
He was just trying to be funny.
I love
and
that.
I didn't get it.
Lovely.
So then that's where I learned to clap
But
back.
we're not saying flirt back with him.
No. We're not saying flirt back. No. We're just saying find a way.
Find a way, understand. Maybe you're taking it the wrong way. Not that we're like victim blaming here.
No.
Right? But
Not at all.
also, you got to always check yourself.
Check yourself. Before you wreck yourself.
Correct.
Love that saying.
Don't be nasty.
Don't be nasty.
Okay.
Or if somebody's nasty, you be nasty back.
Clock them.
All right, ready?
I feel like
we're good. I think we accomplished that.
I hope so. Let us know.
Let us know if we accomplished it.
If we didn't nail it and you're
We'll
like,
do it again.
oh no, there's so much more.
All over.
Part 2, baby.
Part 2.
All right,
girl.
next.
Here we go. My pro-am teacher wants me to become his professional partner. Here's the story.
I'm set.
I am a pro-am dancer and my teacher has never competed pro before. In the past few years, he has expressed going pro and competing with me as his partner. How should I navigate this relationship and power dynamic as a young ballroom baby who has limited ballroom experience and does not have a lot of access to advice out of my small studio? What are some warning signs and what are some ways I can move forward to success in this scenario?
It's a little stressful that not stressful. I would say I'm a little concerned that this person is aware that maybe they're in a small studio with not much advice. Like it's clear that there's a bit of concern already, but maybe that person's just not sure what they should be concerned about.
I think that there's an awareness that they're in a smaller town with not a lot of access to advice, opinions, and advice.
That's great, actually. That's great that there's that awareness there.
Yes, there's an awareness. And I think that sometimes I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
No.
Because sometimes too much also can be very difficult to navigate because then you're getting opinions left and right.
That's true.
So what I think is, firstly, you need to understand, do you want that? Do you want to turn pro? Do you understand
What does
what
that
it
mean?
means.
Did they explain the whole thing to you? Do you see what the professionals are doing?
Yes. Do you understand did you talk about, you need to sit down and talk about the expectations,
The schedule,
the schedule,
the commitments,
the commitments, lessons,
lessons,
competitions.
or what maybe if that pro is not looking to do all of that stuff, what is the plan?
Because they said that they never competed professionally before, but expressed going pro and competing with me.
I mean, that could be a beautiful start of a partnership.
I've seen it before.
What a great way to start.
Yes.
And imagine you find a student that you're like, this could be awesome. Would you come pro with me? That's awesome.
Yes. And then for me, you have to make, this is just for me,
Yeah.
I would have to make a very big boundary that I'm no longer your student.
That's a major one.
That's a difficult relationship to navigate. I am no longer your student. I am now your equal professional partner. And it's very difficult because when the teacher is used to teaching you and nitpicking the little things and constantly telling you about your second rib on the left side and teaching and teaching.
But you're meant to be in a professional partnership.
Yes.
Yeah, that ask, would you be my professional partner, should immediately come with the respect that a professional partner gives to their professional partner immediately. So that boundary needs to be communicated and acted upon.
Yes.
You should really, like, if I was in that situation, I would do a trial.
Yeah.
I would try it out. I'd be like, listen, let's try it out and see how we're gonna work together.
How the scenario is going to play out.
Yeah, I would test the waters.
Okay.
Maybe prep. I would maybe prep for a comp and see how that would look. You need to do choreographies. You need to a bunch of. If this also person hasn't competed in pro before, you might be going on that journey together if they also don't have that experience. So it could be awesome, but the boundaries are so important.
Yes. And I think that you should communicate that you feel like there's not enough advice or not enough, what was the word that she used? There's not enough access to advice, right? So I think I would communicate that to the person who is the professional, right? And say, I feel like we're in a small town. There's not enough advice, access to advice. That if I'm doing this, I would like to build a team. I want to build a team.
Absolutely.
A village of people.
A village. A village in your small village.
A village in your small village of people who you trust, who you feel like want the best for you. And
we need like a main coach.
A main coach.
Someone who gives the direction so that pro partner is not that role anymore. You need to designate that role to somebody who helps you oversee, to helps you plan, who gives you advice and direction. You need somebody. And if that's a small town, you're going to go and look in another town and go and find that person who drives the boat.
Yes, I think that's very important. So once again, we come back to communication.
We're doing great at this.
Wow, communication.
Let's role play that. Let's make an example. I would love you to be my pro partner.
Now, I'm not going to get too excited right away off the bat and be like, yes, yes, yes.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I'm just going to be like, okay, let me think about it. Maybe should we try this out for a week? Make some routines, put something together. Let's see how we work in that sort of way.
And then hopefully he'd be like, all right, that's a smart idea.
Yes.
This is great. We should do this role playing so they get the point. Because it's easy for us to be like, you should communicate all the time.
Yeah.
But let's give them the words.
Yeah. And I think it's very difficult to communicate.
It's really hard to communicate.
Yeah. And then you get like,
I hate that feeling.
Yeah. Your heart pounds. And you're just like, I have to say something, but I feel like I don't know which direction this is going to go if I say this. But it's always better to be true to yourself. It's always better to say truly what's on your mind, because you're going to go home and you're going to be upset with yourself if you felt like you didn't communicate your things correctly.
If you're communicating to Ballroom Girl Talk, you have the strength to communicate in your own scenario.
Yes. Yeah. So I think it needs to be, and the best way I think to communicate is go and have a coffee
Well, that's nice. Yeah, outside of
outside
the studio.
of the studio.
Yeah.
You never do stuff inside of the studio, inside of a
True.
home. Don't do it.
Yeah, sometimes I have good conversations though. After a
can
glass of wine.
Yeah, but that's different. Good conversations
True.
or
I see what you're saying.
communicating boundaries and talking about business. For me, that's really important that when you're talking business, because that's business,
That is business.
turning into a professional.
That's our whole career business. That's a big one.
So that's where you have to take it seriously, be professional, go say, okay, let's sit down for a coffee. And before you go for your coffee, you open up your notes and you think about everything that you have questions about, everything. So what does it mean to be a professional? What do you expect from this?
What are the other professionals doing?
What are the other professionals
Is that what
doing?
we should be doing?
So that's one section. And then the other section is what you expect from the partnership because you are an equal. And what I expect is da 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 da. And then you are sitting down and you
then
have,
also, what do you expect from me?
yeah,
You should ask this pro.
You should
What do you
ask-
expect from me? What
Yeah.
is this? What is this benefit for you? Do you think it's that I'm good enough or I'm just accessible and nearby?
there you
know?
go. Yeah. So I think,
If you want to be professional, be professional.
yes, I like it.
Professionally.
Professionally be a professional.
Yeah.
Next.
Next. Is that me? Am I up?
It's you. You are up.
Okay, this one is a big one. Why is Pro-Am so expensive? So I'm new to ballroom dance and I have a few Pro-Am competitions under my belt. Why is Pro-Am so expensive and why is each competition $5,000? Is my coach overcharging me significantly or is Pro-Am really supposed to be that expensive per competition? So we pre-discussed this because I think it's
Yeah.
really, really important to talk about this from all angles.
From all angles and to like, yeah, I think from all angles is the right thing to say. So
You're up.
yeah, I want to start with, are you clear about what you're paying for, right? Is it clear? Is it being
Broken down.
Broken
Is
down.
your teacher showing you the breakdown? Like if you're
of
inquiring
everything?
of expenses.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for example, you have the first thing, which is all of the entry fees that you're paying to the competition, right?
Which could be between $300 to $1,000. It varies a lot depending on
I
comp.
mean, it could be a lot because if that person is dancing 100 dances,
Also this.
and the price per dance is about, let's say,
Singles?
average single dances are about $55 per dance.
Could also be 30, could also be 60 or 70.
So it depends on the comp.
Depends on the comp.
It could be even 25.
Yeah.
So it depends on, like, for example, the kids can be also 20, 25.
Right.
The adults per dance could range to, like you said, anywhere from like 30 to, I think I've seen the highest so far 60 per dance. So it really depends on the comp.
You have the singles, you have the multis, which are more expensive.
Yes.
You have the scholarships, who are more expensive.
Yes.
So you have all of those comp fees. Either if it's credit card fees, sometimes they'll charge you ticket included,
Or
sometimes
not included. So that's just comp.
That's comp.
That's comp alone.
So we got that.
So let's say we're already hitting almost $1,000 mark for those comp,
Yes.
right? Now we move down.
I'm taking the tally.
You're taking those tallies? Good. Is your teacher charging a flat rate to dance? So per day you are going, for example, I'm not saying that this is something, but just an example. Per day, I want $2,000 per day. So if you're going to dance 2 days, it's $4,000 for my fee to dance.
And that flat rate would be you can dance as many times as you want. You could do
want.
500 cha-chas, but that's my flat. That would be a flat rate for that entire day.
Yes.
Practicing, everything.
Or your teacher is charging per dance.
Per dance.
So For example, let's say
What is the range?
I
Could
don't-
be any
anything.
range.
I mean, let's say the teacher wanted to
For
match.
example, match the
the
singles
comp.
price.
Yeah.
So they match
So
the
let's
singles.
let's match it. So let's say like anywhere from $30 to $60.
Right.
Anywhere from $30 to $60 per dance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some teachers, if you have semifinals and you make it to a final,
Right.
some teachers are charging for that final round because they're like, listen, I'm dancing with you. I'm doing it again. So good job that you made it, but I'm also dancing and I'm also doing work. And then some people are like, good job.
Good job.
You
Final
got free,
discount.
you got, a
Free
discount
final. Well
for
done
this.
for doing well.
Yeah, well done for doing well.
Okay.
So,
So
I
we
mean,
have flat fee or charging per dance.
Yes.
Within that category. So right now we have comp expenses. We have teacher expenses.
now,
Here we go.
then we have travel expenses.
Travel expenses.
Travel expenses of your teacher. You are taking that teacher outside of their work for however, it could be the whole weekend, right? So now that teacher is not making that money,
Right.
right? Plus, you wanted, let's say you live in LA and you wanted to go to NYDF in
There
New
you go.
York. You are paying for your teacher's flight. You're paying for your teacher's hotel room. You're paying for your teacher's food. You're paying for your teacher's just...
It depends what they want to add into those expenses.
Yes,
and-
it depends on what they want to add into those expenses. Some people prorate their flights. So if they're still actively competing, this is what I've heard.
Yeah.
If they're still actively competing, they're like, listen, I want to compete with my partner, let's say at NYDF. My flights are ba 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 ba, right? But because I'm going there to compete with my partner, but you want to come, you only pay for half of my flight
Right.
because I'm still competing with
Right.
my own partner
Right.
there.
You're doing their own personal thing, but
Yeah.
and working on the other
And then
days.
there's some people who are like, even if I'm competing with my partner and you want to come, you have to pay for the entire thing.
Right. Right.
So everybody has their own business sense,
I
let's
think
say.
it's also based on the outside world. For example, if you need a lawyer to go somewhere, that lawyer would be paid by whatever corporation. I don't know much about the outside world, to be very honest with you, but all the time in America, someone's traveling for business or traveling for work. So that the business that wants to fly that person in, they will fly that person in. They will set them up in a hotel. You do the business and send home. So that's based on that.
Yeah.
Right. And as well, in terms of the differences in pricing, as I understand, a lot of studios, when someone works for a studio, the studio will charge per dance. So they kind of have different methods. Everyone has a different method of doing it the best and the easiest way that's the most understandable and beneficial, obviously, for whoever's involved. Right. So there's a bunch of different directions and asks that a professional will do. And everyone kind of, in my experience, we don't really talk about it between us professionals. I guess we have a general vague idea, but we all set our prices and our different, our rules or boundaries for expenses based on what we think is appropriate and what can work in the situation. And it's many a time for us personally when you discuss with the student the expectations, the price, the traveling. What do you want out of it? Do you, this is too much for me. Okay, maybe we do local comps. Yeah, that's better for me, So for us, we set those prices and boundaries based on the situation, based on the student. But another major thing is when you're paying a professional, for example, if you would want Amanda and I to dance with you at a competition, we charge based on the fact that we've spent our entire career ballroom dancing. We have had hundreds of thousands of lessons, right? Hundreds of thousands of lessons. So we've paid for lessons to learn, to be better, to be an expert, to be in the highest skill level, hours of training by ourselves, camps, traveling, competitions. We
dedicated our lives to it.
Right.
Essentially.
And so therefore, when you're picking a professional to dance with, we are bringing that entire wealth of experience and professionalism and dedication, blood, sweat, and tears, etc., with us on that floor, so that when you're dancing, you're not just dancing with like Jill, who's your same level, you know, which is, you can do that too in AM. But if you're wanting to pay a professional, you're wanting their skill level and their intelligence and their professionalism to be part of your dancing on that floor at that time. And that comes with many an advantage, right?
Yes.
You know, there's many of an advantage of dancing with a professional dancer and competing with that professional dancer. That's why it's such a huge sport and such a huge industry that we have.
Yes.
Because I would love to dance with someone who is of such a high skill. So in talking about pro-am fees, of course, always talking about money is difficult. You know,
Yeah.
it can be difficult. And we also do an art form that is very subjective. You know, different people have different opinions about worth and value. And, you know, you don't look at us and see that we've had 100,000 ballroom dancing lessons with 10 coaches. You just see us. You sometimes can't see all the work that's been put in. So it's very easy to be like, oh my God, that's so expensive. That's so ridiculous. It is expensive and it can be ridiculous. But if someone's asking, why am I paying $5,000? The question will be, are you paying for a Louis Vuitton handbag, or are you paying for a Target shopping bag? What is the product that you're investing in or purchasing? Are you okay with that? Because there's definitely, you can go lower down the spectrum. There's definitely situations when you can pay far less than $5,000. You can also not even need to do pro-am. If cost is an issue, you can.
And there are situations where you could pay far more than $5,000.
I don't even think like the amount of zeros that I've heard that have been charged is kind of terrifying, but it's a reflection of, I think, the sometimes the prices are based on the outside world, meaning how to say, the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
The entertainment industry that's not our industry, that not the real one. The commercial industry, the amount of money that people are dealing with in these movie makers and all, that's crazy money. So there are instances in our industry when there is crazy money involved. It kind of makes my eyes water. So there is the entire spectrum. I think, as we've been saying nonstop, you need to ask, what is it that I'm receiving for this price?
And if you feel the value of what you are receiving, so if you feel like this is all worth the $5,000, I go to the competition, my professional is extremely professional. And they are taking care of things. They are making sure that they get their number. They're on the floor on time. They don't get called out constantly for doing wrong routines and getting disqualified and whatever it is.
If they are professional.
Then if you see the worth in that competition, if you see the worth in what you are spending, then I don't see the problem with, I mean,
whatever the price could be. If you can justify that to yourself.
If you could justify it to yourself, that's all up to you. I mean, you could easily also say, oh, this is so expensive, and then go to the studio next door and they're charging now $7,000 for the competition, and you're like, okay, the grass is not always greener on the other side. Yeah, so I think you need to, if they are open with telling you what you're paying for, that's very important, in my opinion.
I agree.
That if it doesn't feel like things are being like hidden, because there are a lot of scenarios, and I have personally been in this scenario of I danced pro-am, and there was a lot of things that within that studio that was not right.
Wow.
Now looking back and reflecting on it and being a pro who charges for pro-am and does all that stuff, there was a lot of shady stuff happening. And
It's
of course,
unfortunate that
it
that's so
is.
prevalent.
Yes. And my parents were like, wanted me to dance, and they were like just so excited that they would do it. Like, I'll give you an example. An example is when you're charging one student the hotel room for
The full hotel.
the full hotel room for one instructor, but that one instructor is dancing with 10 students.
10.
But hold on, even better. The studio puts all 4 instructors in one room to stay. So you know how much money they're making on top of hotel rooms just to put in their pocket. So yes, I can understand the hesitation
Absolutely.
of why am I paying so much?
And I can understand asking the question.
So
It's
ask,
super valid.
sit down and say, give me a breakdown of what I'm paying for. And it's very valid.
Super
If you
valid.
feel a certain way,
Or if you just want to know the price of something.
yeah,
That's
go ahead.
fine.
That's
Go
fine.
ahead.
You go into Louis
As you
Vuitton and you're
should.
like, how much is that? And they're like,
They'll like look snobby at
yeah,
you.
they'll
but
look snobby at you
they'll
and be
tell
like,
you the price.
can you afford it?
I mean, it's something that, again, I think it's in every industry. There's kind of a dark side in every industry. And there are people that do take advantage. And there's hearing the stories in the ballroom industry, it's hard. It's difficult. That sucks that there are people that take advantage, and there are people that are able to just spend a ridiculous amount of money and not even bother, and that's okay too. But taking advantage and then the students kind of suffering just puts such a tarnished color, like it just tarnishes it. It's a
You're right.
bummer.
You're right.
And even us talking about it now is probably making people sweat. Like really, because
But
you
we
know
need to talk about it.
that's why we're talking about
That's
it.
why we're talking about it.
Because there are studios and there are people that, you know, figure things out behind closed doors. And I think it's such a disrespect to, like, we're dancing cha-cha-cha. Come on now. Let's, like, our industry is beautiful and dancing with another person is beautiful. And there's so much amazingness. You can make someone feel so good. And there's within the pro-am dancing, you know, there's so much beauty of giving someone an opportunity of being able to dance with them and just making them so happy. Like it's really, it's so beautiful. There is that darker side, but there's the darker side in every industry. You just have to make sure if you're a student. I think right now a lot of the pro-am competitors are also talking within themselves and discussing and figuring out and kind of understanding, you know, what is normal, what is not, which is great because it kind of is now going to, I don't think it's going to change, like balance the ecosystem, but it's definitely going to help a lot for the people that are communicating together.
Definitely.
You know, there's still going to be crappy people out there who take advantage, but the more communication we can do between ourselves and with your teacher is hopefully going to steer us in relatively the right direction as an industry.
Correct. And like you were saying before, I'm going to touch upon it and then we got to move along. I think that unfortunately, yes, there have been a lot of, like, let's say studios that have thrown people off from ballroom dancing because of these certain situations. And then they have a really bitter taste in their mouth about ballroom dancing. But what I want to stress upon is that that one studio experience is not every studio experience.
Absolutely.
So if you ever have been in that situation, like, for example, I have been in that situation, and instead of steering in the direction of my parents going like, oh, we can't afford this, so
never again,
never again, my parents brought me to Brooklyn Dance Sport Club, and it was so just
they did the research and found another option and tried it out.
Yes.
Right?
And straight up, it was just, this is how much the competition is. And my mom was like, what? And of course, it was a different situation because I had a partner, right? So now we're splitting the cost of the competition.
Right.
But she was like, shouldn't there be more zeros on the end of that? And Masha was like, no. She's like, this is, and then she shows her the paper. Yeah. This is how much per dance.
This is the invoice.
Yeah, this is the invoice. Yeah. This is how much per dance. Ba, 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 ba. And my mom's like, ah. And then, of course, now she has this like, oh, it is a good industry.
Aw.
You know, it was like different, like when we were leaving that other studio, it
Yeah.
was, so in general, I would say that you need to, again, find what you're paying for, figure it out, ask the questions. If you feel like things are being shady, trust your intuition, trust it. If things are being shady, then figure it out, navigate it,
Communicate.
communicate.
Communication.
All right.
Okay,
Moving
next.
along. Okay. I am an open level pro-am American 9 dancer.
We love a 9 dancer.
Yes. I want to be sponsored. Genuinely, how does a sponsorship happen? And what are some things I can do now to help make a sponsorship happen? So, sponsorship. So, let's talk about, first of all, how it happens, right? So, typically, most of the time, professionals are being sponsored because of the fact that we are able to provide some sort of business to them.
Correct.
In any sort of way.
Right.
So, for example, I'm a professional who has X many students, and I am able to bring my students to buy your shoes, let's say. Or I'm a professional who has whatever K subscribers on my social media.
Correct.
And I can make a bunch of advertisement for your company.
Influence, yeah.
So I think that, and of course, all of that comes with the level of dancing, right? So, of course, the better you are, the better results that you get.
The better results. Or sometimes not so result orientated, but you are extremely prevalent online or in the public sphere. You are seen all the time.
Or have a studio and have a lot of students. So, of course, let's say sponsorship sounds very nice. It does, and it is great. It's very great. It's beautiful.
Very helpful.
It's very helpful. It's so beautiful. And we are very lucky to have sponsors.
We love our sponsors. Oh my God, we sound ridiculous.
I know. But there is some sort of washing each other's hand in that scenario.
It's a business exchange.
It's a business exchange.
It's not like, oh my God, I want to be sponsored and that means I'm good enough. No, it's a business exchange because that business is, in a way, they're giving you a product for free in exchange of a financial benefit, because why else would they just give out free products? That business is needing to benefit, because especially in this day and age, when like with social media, there's certain companies that will give the product to somebody as a sponsored gift or product, and that person is using it, wearing it, showing it off on social media. That's advertising for the company that the company didn't need to pay for. They have maybe extra stock and they give it out because they would hope that that advertising will then, bring the money back into their pocket. It is advertising. If you have something to offer the company, then they will consider sponsoring you.
Yes, and that's how it starts.
Yeah.
And then, of course, having relationships and maintaining, some sort of relationship with somebody. I've had my shoe sponsor for, I want to say 6-7 years. My dress sponsor I've known for forever, coming up on 12 years.
Yeah.
So I think that, of course, we would say relationship is important, and
Absolutely.
making connections is important. Speaking to somebody, but also you need to, I personally do not accept any sponsorships until I've actually used the product.
Also true.
For example, my shoe sponsor, EF. I came to the booth and I said, I am buying a pair of your shoes. They were like, no, just take it. I said, no. I said,
let me try the product first.
I pay for these shoes.
Yeah.
I try them. Then they were already starting to talk about like, oh, maybe we could work. I said, let me try the shoes.
Yeah, of course.
I went to the studio. I tried them, fell in love. I was like, perfect. I'm very happy with these shoes. So then I was like, lovely.
Let's discuss. Yeah.
I tried your shoes. They're amazing, great. Best shoes I've ever worn. Now we discuss. So I think it's very important that if you are looking into sponsorships, you find something that you are
also good for you.
Is also good for you and you want to promote.
Yeah.
You want to be the face of.
Because you're promoting that product.
Yes. So it's
not like you're getting free crap.
Yep.
Okay, quickly, last one. Here we go.
one.
My choreography feels too complicated. My partner and I are currently in the process of creating our own open professional routines. It has not been easy and it feels like we're spending all of our time choreographing instead of practicing. Any tips on how to feel like you're not doing too much in your routines? And when do you know how to put in a basic move? What do judges look for choreographically? Help a girl out. Oh, I love this. It's very practical. Here we go.
So I would say that, of course, in the beginning, choreography feels a lot. It feels hectic. It feels a lot. It does. But you need to, if you feel like you can't be clear about the intentions of the choreography, if you feel like you've practiced it already for a month and you really still can't get this, it's too fast, it's too much, it's too this, too that, I think you need to be very clear what sections are too fast, too much. What exactly are you looking for in that section? Because I don't think you should just go and trash the choreography and do it all over again.
Yeah.
Find the sections that are really a lot and fix that.
Yeah, if you can't, when we choreograph, for me personally, I have intuition. I like to feel good when we're making the choreography, and I really like a flow of things. So if I'm repeating and repeating and I find this flow, I'm generally on the right track. Then I always need our higher up to double check it for us and be like, yes, confirm the flow, or it needs a tweak there. So I always go with a nice flow of a piece. So I can clock pretty quickly if it's a bit too complicated or a bit too fast.
That just takes time.
That takes time to learn, I guess.
If it's just new open choreographies and you're just starting, yes, it's all going to feel hectic. And it's going to take time, experience to work through it and understand what your flow is, because I'm sure my routines for Sarah will feel a certain way.
Absolutely.
I'm sure that Sarah's routines for me will feel fast.
Do you think I'm fast?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
I think you're fast.
Yes.
I just said it to Andre the other day.
No way.
I just said it yesterday. I
Wait,
was like,
that's what I'm working on.
They're very kinetic. You're working on it?
That's my thing.
Go.
Oh, look at us.
And we are not so kinetic because we're lengthy. You know, we're very long. We got long limbs. So it's very hard to dance really fast, you know?
I'm just going to sit in this compliment. Just keep talking.
Keep talking. So, you know, sometimes I look at certain things and I'm like,
not for me.
Not for me.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be able to be that fast or whatever it is. So I do this. You know?
I can't compete when Amanda puts her arm in the air. I'm not going to reach that. So better I do 40 spins on one time while she's reaching. I mean, regardless. Anyway.
So
like, we're just going to talk about each other.
I know.
When should I put in a basic? I'm going to put in a basic, like, I'm going to pop in a basic every so often, every couple of bars.
Every couple of bars, pop in a basic.
Right?
Make a basic timing.
Yeah.
Don't have 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2, 3 and 4 and a 1. Yeah.
If it's all syncopated.
If it's all syncopated.
You look slow.
Yeah, that's true.
If everything's syncopated, you're just like this, it's consistent.
So basic timing, you need to have some sort of basic timing. You need to feel like you have time for whatever you want to produce. And I think if you feel like it's too hectic after a month or so of doing it, it probably is. So take it to somebody. I think very important to have somebody who you trust.
Absolutely.
Take it to somebody and say,
here we've made this.
Here we've made this. Can you make it look better? Can
what do you
fix
think?
it? What do you think? That's a wrap up to another episode of Ballroom Girl Talk.
And honestly, we still have so many anonymous submissions left.
So, if we didn't answer yours today, don't worry. We're definitely planning more episodes like this because clearly you guys have stories.
And honestly, we love reading them.
If you have your own ballroom dilemma, funny story, unpopular opinion, or just need advice from two girls who probably been through it,
you can submit it completely anonymously using the link in our Instagram bio.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and tell us which questions sparked the biggest debate for you.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
And we'll see you next time on Ballroom Girl Talk.
Bye.
Bye.